Planet Vero Studios, brought to you by Evergreen Media, creating cohesive marketing campaigns. Evergreen Media in Vero Beach.
Grit and Grace, featuring ambitious and inspirational small businesses in Indian River County, exploring their pursuit of success and how we can continue to help them thrive. And now your host, Sarah DePardo.
Hey guys, welcome back to Grit and Grace. We are here today meeting with some wonderful entrepreneurs. And just a reminder, Grit and Grace is all about, talking to small business owners here in Vero Beach and Sebastian Bellsmere, Florida, about their love for our community. They're highlighting their successes, their stories, and a little bit about them and their awesome business that's thriving here in our community. So today we have Amanda Stedman and Amanda Peruzzi from Level Yoga. Welcome, ladies. So excited to have you here today.
Thanks for having us.
So when did Level Yoga open?
Level Yoga opened in 2015 with the first location on Royal Palm Point.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's so amazing too that, that you guys made it through COVID and everything. I mean, how many businesses ended up having to sadly close during
a lot of yoga
time?
studios did.
Yeah. So, wow. Like, what does that say about the community that attends the studio too?
Very supportive.
Yeah. So, what made you want to open up a yoga studio?
Well, back then there wasn't a lot of boutique studios in town, and that was kind of the draw, was to create a studio that had yoga and bar. Originally, we were Vero Beach Yoga Bar and did a rebrand. And then we had the yoga studio and then a boutique within the studio. So we brought in some different lines of clothing.
Very cool. And why call it Level Yoga? I always love hearing why people name it.
Yeah, well, that was the rebrand that happened in 2018.
Yeah.
And originally, Vero Beach Yoga Bar just didn't really sit with me. And I'm a yoga teacher, not really a bar teacher. So it all started with being a Libra, finding balance. And then kind of with that, it drew me into Level Yoga.
Yeah, that's really neat.
Yeah.
So when you set up the studio and everything, what was that like? Was it like a nightmare, like with flooring and everything? Because, yoga is, you need specific types of, flooring, right?
Yes,
So.
we chose cork floor for the studio. And the build out wasn't too bad. My husband and father-in-law did the build out. And a little fun fact, my husband and father-in-law built everything in the studio, as the desk, the barn doors.
That's so cool.
Yeah, they built everything. So yeah, it wasn't too bad of a process.
Good. And you have two locations.
Yes.
So Royal Palm Point was the original, right? And then Cardinal Drive
Opened in 2018, right after the rebrand happened.
Yeah. Very cool. Isn't the Royal Palm one like a little bit more like full time with classes?
Yes.
And it's like part time at Cardinal. Is that right?
Yes. So Amanda Peruzzi, she is the studio manager, and she works full time at the Royal Palm location.
Since the boutique is there and we have a little bit more stock, we stay open longer hours.
Yeah.
And we have just a few more classes on the schedule over there. But, there is a little bit more action as far as La Tabla being next to us and there being more restaurants on that street. And Beachside is pretty busy lately too. Yeah. But I think it's just like, it lends itself well to being open for longer hours.
Yeah. And so I have been to both locations myself, and the Royal Palm one is so nice. It's so clean and like set up very elegant and classy, chic at the same time. So I really love how you guys have it set up. So compliments to your husband. As well as the boutique part. It's nice because it's not too much stuff. Like when you go into some boutiques, it's like overstimulation and overload with how much stuff there is to look at. So I love how it's just enough, and when I was in there last night, I bought myself a little
cute little top.
Yeah. Can't resist. And the Cardinal location, I personally love taking hot yoga there on the Sundays. Oh man, it is for me as a personal trainer, I don't make enough time for myself to stretch, take care of take care of my clients and classes that I don't make it a priority for me. I make sure I work out, but I definitely don't stretch enough.
Well, at least you get there every other week. That's
yes,
good.
I know.
Yeah.
But I really love the hot yoga because I feel that I can get a much deeper stretch than if I were to just stretch on my own or something like that. And also, as someone who's always creating workouts for other people, it's really nice to be told what to do in a workout too.
Yeah, I agree.
Be on the other side of the, band. So let's talk about some things you guys offer. I just said hot yoga, but like what else do you guys offer?
Yeah, so we have burn classes on the schedule, which are similar to a bar class. So we still are offering that 6 days a week. We have a class called Mellow, which is similar to a gentle yoga class. It's really accessible for anybody, whether they're a beginner, they just like the pace, they want to take it easy. We also have a Yin Deep Stretch, which is a completely different tradition of yoga. It's long held poses, long periods of time, depending on if it's one-sided or two-sided. But again, it's very relaxing, really accessible to everyone, and they use a lot of props. And then we have beginner-friendly classes as well. So a class called Level 1, which is a vinyasa-style class, so kind of what you're used to for a hot yoga class, but really at a beginner's pace, so they can focus on the alignment. We have all level classes at both studios. The mellow classes are at both, as well as the yin. And then the hot classes that you mentioned are all over at Cardinal. The burn classes are all at Royal Palm. And then we also have level 2 classes, which is your more advanced intermediate type class.
That was going to be my next question. So if somebody is brand new to yoga, never done it, or it's been a long time.
Yeah, we have something for everybody.
It's nice to know that there are beginner classes for people too.
Yeah. We want everyone to feel motivated and like they can make this a lifelong journey. We don't want anyone to leave feeling, demoralized. So you kind of start from the bottom and work your way up. And it's nice because there's somewhere to work into as well. So you can grow within the practice rather than just going full steam ahead right off the bat.
Yeah. And Amanda teaches a beginner's workshop at least once or twice a year.
Oh,
so
cool.
that's always a nice start for beginners.
Very cool. And I'm like bringing back memories. You're saying that about like, not demoralizing people. There's so many people that I've talked to lately where they talk about how, they're scared to go into a gym. They're scared to go in to take a class because they haven't done it or they haven't done it forever. And they're kind of like embarrassed, and getting over that, and knowing that someplace like Level Yoga is a safe space. Because when I came in for my first hot yoga, I haven't done yoga in I don't know how long. And I knew I was gonna suck at some of the stuff. I still do, but I knew also that like the community there is so positive, and the person next to you is giggling a little bit with you when you're trying to get into a pose and you're struggling, and dripping sweat right along with you. So it's a really nice community you guys have.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And so why is Level Yoga different, other than how wonderful I just said your community is and everything, from any other kind of place I can take yoga in town?
I think we're different because of our teachers, the staff. I hear it over and over again how welcoming everybody is. Someone that walks in for their first time, they're super nervous. They feel like they're at home. And that's really what I've wanted to create at the studio.
Yeah.
I feel like we're a little bit different because of everything we have to offer. We have 49 classes on the schedule currently. It might shift a little bit during summer, but we have a lot to offer. We can really accommodate just about anyone. And it is a traditional yoga space, being it's not a gym. You're not going to hear weights being thrown down outside the room. There's not a lot of loud talking. We don't allow cell phones in the space. We're trying to create that very calm environment where everyone can escape for 60 minutes and truly have some peace and quiet.
Yeah. That's a great thing to point out about like the background noise, like big gym, like not, it's a real problem sometimes.
Yeah. And that's fine for, if it's your first experience or if you're just kind of getting a class in really quick. But if you want that more traditional experience, it is nice to have a place where that those rules are kind of in place and set aside so that you can really get that peace and quiet and get the full experience as well.
We're definitely known for a no cell phone or cell phone free zone.
Yeah. I like that.
Definitely.
Though.
Yeah.
Even I need to be told to do that once in a while.
It's nice to tune out, tune all of that external noise out and just let yourself be there. Yeah.
Or at least
we're trying to get everyone to do not disturb.
Yeah, we encourage that.
Yeah. Because I have found recently for me, like the vibration of a text or a notification for something has been really distracting.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like,
it takes you away from the moment that
Yes.
we're working toward. We're
Yes.
working on being in the moment, and
Agreed.
it takes you away from that.
Which is something that so many people don't make the time for,
Right.
because we all have busy lives. You have busy life, you have busy life, I have busy life. But making that time and creating that space and finding a space too where you can do that really
I think people will find too, if they, try to get themselves in the habit of that, it comes easier than you think it would. If you just really stick to it for a week or so, maybe longer. I mean, they say it takes 30 days to create a habit.
Right.
If you really focus on doing that, you can make it happen. Just like you can set the time aside to exercise. If you really want to do it, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. No, I agree. 100%. So we're going to head into a commercial break here in a moment. And when we come back, the Amanda Squared team.
We're going to get shirts made.
I think it's cute. They're going to teach us about, how to have a calmer, happier life with some meditation, heart-focused meditation. So looking forward to it. See you guys back in a few.
Blue Dolphin Pools strives to provide quality service with a well-trained staff in the field and in the office. They want you to know that your pool or spa investment means much more to them than just another account. They believe you have entrusted them with your investment, and they'll do their best to see that it stays in top condition. Blue Dolphin Pool has been in business over 35 years, setting them apart from the competition. Residential or commercial, Blue Dolphin will keep you in the swim. 567-5853.
Sunshine Furniture brightens up your day.
At Sunshine Furniture, we've been the outdoor furniture experts for over 30 years and carry the largest selection of patio furniture, all made in America. Hundreds of styles, colors, and fabrics to choose from in outdoor wicker, aluminum, and recycled plastic from Lloyd Flanders, Hollywood, Berlin Gardens, O.W. Lee, Windward, Woodard, Telescope, and others, all made to withstand our Florida climate, in stock and ready for you to enjoy. Right now, we're having a spring sale on selected groups, and also all pictures, lamps, and accessories are half price. We also specialize in replacement cushions, umbrellas, beach chairs, outdoor rugs, and fire pits. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1, Vero Beach, next to Planet Fitness. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine Furniture, the best in every way. Have a sunshine day. Sunshine.
Hi, this is Martha Argue, host of Martha Matters. Listen to my show. Discover what's going on currently, both in the world and Indian River County. Tune in to Martha Matters, Saturdays and Sundays at 3:30 on your weekend home for Planet Vero Radio. Real Radio 1017.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Grit and Grace. We are here today with Amanda Stedman and Amanda Peruzzi from Level Yoga, and we are going to learn now about some heart-focused meditation. Take it away.
So bring your hands and press one hand on top of the other over your heart, and then close your eyes. Start to just notice your breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And tune in to your heart beating. And you're going to count your breath. So once the heart beats, use that as your count and see if you can get to about a 6 or a 7, maybe an 8 count. Once you reach the top of your inhale, you'll hold and then continue with your exhale, counting the breath out. Just repeating that a few times, as this is a nice way to bring your mind into focus. Allows you to go to your heart center brings you into the moment, creating that calmer and happier life. And then you'll release your hands down.
That is beautiful.
Yeah, it's one of my
like
favorite
that.
ones.
I immediately started feeling myself like,
yeah. When you
Yeah.
tune in to the, your heart beating in the moment, it really just settles everything that might be happening in the mind or
I'm
around you.
totally going to use that on my kids because like
great
when
idea.
they start like getting upset and stuff, I have them teach me the pretzel, and I pretend every time like I forgot how to do
Yeah.
That's cute.
But how does it go again? And they have to teach me, so like
yeah.
distracts them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I like that. We're gonna try that.
Yeah, it's simple. You can do it at any time
Yeah,
throughout the day, at any moment.
I love that. So if I wanted to come in and take a class, how would I go about doing that?
So we have 2 apps that you can use. MindBody is our booking platform, and a lot of people in town use them actually.
Yep.
And we have our own Level Yoga app. It is powered by MindBody, so either one will work. And we do have directions on our website. But it's a free app to download. You sign up with your email, create a password. You can find the studio on there. As I mentioned, some other ones around town as well. And you can book a class for a single drop-in. We have class passes available. So it's a pretty easy process. We also offer an AI system through our phone line at the studio. So you can call in, you'll get a text, and you can respond to the text even to book class. All powered through MindBody, but all available for booking.
Mm-hmm. That's cool. I didn't know about the text part.
Yeah,
That's neat.
it's new, but
Yeah,
we
yeah.
really like it.
Yeah. I know some other places in town, like spas, that use that. But yeah, that's really cool. So you guys are wonderful, giving women. I mean, obviously, you're teaching, you're helping people find themselves and find that space. But in addition to that, you guys also give back to our community. So tell us about some things that you guys have done, have coming up.
Over the years, we've partnered with various organizations. Last year, we spent some time working with To Write Love on Her Arms, which is based out of Melbourne Beach. It is a suicide prevention and awareness. And so we did donation classes where all donations for that year went to them. And then this year, we'll be partnering with Boot Campaign, which this is an actually really large organization, but they focus on veterans' health, mental health awareness, and PTSD. Their CEO is actually located here in Indian River County, and she comes to the studio.
Oh, neat.
So for our anniversary week, we're going to start off that week with donations for a specific class that we'll hold on the 27th. And this is actually a really fun class. There's going to be 4 of us teaching it. So yeah, look out for that if anybody's interested.
I need to mark this on my calendar.
Yeah, and all donations from that class will go to Boot Campaign.
Very cool.
Yeah.
And that's in May, you said?
That's in May on the 27th. And we'll do some things throughout the rest of the year where the donations will go to them as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
I love that. So what is something, as small business owners and running, a studio here, what is something when you first started that you wish you knew before you started?
I wish I started as Level Yoga and not have to do the rebrand. Yeah, that was a lot of work. And for somebody who has kind of a hard time with change, that once I got to the studio that morning and saw that we had switched from Your Beach Yoga Bar to Level Yoga, it was pretty challenging for me. But I'm so happy that happened because, as I said, Your Beach Yoga Bar it didn't resonate much with me, and I was having a hard time kind of finding the why I was running the business or had the business. And once the rebrand happened, it was like, okay, this is the why.
I love that. And honestly, I've always loved the name. I've known about Level Yoga way before I even took a class there because first of all, the name's pretty cool and it's catchy and it's memorable, so I'm glad you rebranded too, because I probably would not have memorized the other name very well.
It was long. And my talented husband created the logo also. So
very cool. What about you? Anything you wish you had known?
Well, I worked for a small business years ago, and then I was in big box retail. And so coming back into small business, I think I kind of forgot how much was really weighted on connection with people. And not that that's like hard for me or anything, but you really do, like, you kind of have to shift gears and turn back into like, okay, this is more of a connection that we're making rather than just kind of having people come in and out.
Right. You got to build that rapport.
Yeah.
Memorize names.
Yeah.
Dogs. kids.
Why people haven't been to class lately.
Yeah.
They've had a trip, things like
Right.
that. So
Yeah.
but after a little bit of time passed, it was easy to catch on.
So what who is somebody that, you know, has been inspirational business wise for you guys?
So when I started teaching yoga, it was in 2008, and I started at Christie's Fitness. And I grew up in Vero, so I knew Christy from when I was even in high school.
Right.
And I'd have to say Christy Wade is someone who really I look up to, and I loved the way that she ran Christie's.
Yeah.
I loved how I felt when I walked into the gym to teach my class. You know, she really does a great job leading a business, and I look up to that.
I can completely concur. And working at Spenga as an instructor and working with Christy and Steve through that and all of the training and everything, they are top notch. I mean, they really do think of everything, like all the details, and they never once want any of their instructors or workers, you know, to feel like they don't.
Right.
They really make you feel like, you know, these people. You know?
And that's what I want for the studio, that, you know, staff, teachers, students, I just want all of us to be a family. You know, I have my family, but then I have my yoga family.
Yeah.
And that's
what about you?
I have a really good friend, Angela King, who owns Indian River Acupuncture. And even though it's completely different business than what we're doing, she's been in business for a really long time. And so it's nice to see someone else in the health and wellness industry and kind of see what different things that they're doing, what they have to offer. And we've both done, you know, acupuncture, NET, and found them really helpful. So I'm inspired by the work she's doing.
Yeah. I 100% feel like all small businesses, you can transfer things over no matter what field it is, because we can all learn from each other 100%. And it's funny that you say Angela, because she was recommended to me this morning.
Oh, yeah? Nice.
My dad's looking for an acupuncturist, and she was recommended, so that was funny.
Yeah.
Small world.
I know, right? Small town.
Imagine that. So you both are, you know, busy. You've got life, you got your family, you got your yoga family, the studio, products, all the things, you know. So I feel it's very important as a small business owner that, you know, taking that time for your mental health, for your self-care and all of that is super important, because it's easy to get burnt out. And
Absolutely.
We don't want that. We want our people to know that we are, you know, not just preaching, but we're walking the walk too, you know? So what do you girls do for like some mental health or self-care for yourselves?
Yoga.
No way.
Lots of yoga. Definitely yoga.
Yeah.
I also beach time with the family.
What about you?
I treat myself all the time. Massages, facials, like pedicures. Yeah, if I want to go do it, I do it.
I love it. This was definitely my week, because I got my hair done, got my nails done, got a facial. I was like, dang, this is the life.
Yeah, treat yourself.
Well, I also have a spot that I love to go to, and that's Salt. And they are so kind that they actually give passes for all of the guests here on the show. So you guys are going to go get a little more self-care.
We'd like that.
And get a little halo therapy going for you.
Thank you.
And especially with all these like colds going around and stuff like that, I highly recommend it.
We got to stay healthy.
So thank you to Salt for providing those for our guests here on the show. And if you ever are interested in, you know, doing some strength training or looking for some fitness, nutrition, healthy and fit with Sarah.com or Sarah DePardo on Instagram. And want to thank you ladies again for coming out. Really appreciate it. And I'll see you next Sunday.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
If you guys are looking for a great place to start learning or get back in love with yoga, you know that you need to hit up Level Yoga on Royal Palm or Cardinal. And check out that MindBody app so you can book your class, because let's face it, they're pretty popular. So you might want to save your spot. All right. So see you guys in 2 weeks. Have a wonderful weekend, and